long joke at a time like this. I know why, 'cause this is what you wanted all along now, isn't it? I think that all you ever really ever wanted was a reason to complain. That never stopped you before, don't let it get in your way. Those are her words, not mine. As far as I'm concerned, we could have had a good time. So if you walk out that door in disgust, I guess there's nothing more to discuss. Birds don't sing, they just fall from the sky. Girls don't call and they never tell you why. That's just how they say goodbye.
Sounds a little sick to me.
Don't listen to my music, don't lie in my bed. Don't listen to the references to things you might have actually said. 'Cause those are my words, not yours. As far as I'm concerned, it could have been a lot worse. I wasn't trying to avoid the confrontation. She isn't crying, she's just making conversation. Birds don't sing, they just fall from the sky. Girls don't call and they never tell you why. did when you were with him, and how he never even took you out to dance. But did he fuck with any rhythm? And now he's playing with your head. But did he ever make you come? And did he ever make you cry? And do the wires in your mind get sewn together, rubbed and severed by the heat? And you don't know how long I can stare into your picture and wish that it was me. I guess it's different cause you love him, but I've got an interactive, sick and twisted imagination, and that's gotta count for something.
We wanna talk about sex, but we're not allowed. We may not like it, but you better let it count, cause it's your turn now. You're wasting your time, with excuses and lies. Get your business between my thighs.
I dreamt I was standing in your doorstep, licking sweat off of your forehead, with your finger in my mouth, and the sound when leather jackets hit the ground. You should hear when you're not around, when it's just us horny poets who can't wait to write it down. Swear we were only being honest. Do you like these little sonnets? Cause I wrote them just for you. How quickly they turn sour, so be careful who you screw. And never call. And I'm starting to suspect you don't intend to do anything you say at all.
We wanna talk about sex, but we're not allowed. Well, we may not like it, but you better let it count, cause it's your turn now. You're wasting your time, with excuses and lies.
Now what's on your nasty old mind?
By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sit alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind.
What if the truth is required, but your tongue is dry and you can't get it out now? What if you're floating away, but you get too high and you can't come back down? Up, up and away, looking back at the rest of the flocks to the down, down, back. What if you ought to go home, but you bump again and you bump again, and ooh, most of us just won't make it. Most of us just gotta fake it. But 90 is closer, 99 is almost true. 99 and a half just won't do. Just won't do. Just won't do. Just won't do. What if your man steps out and you're stuck with the junk and they're working on the clamp down? Oh, I thought I told you before, you never take it so far that you can't take it back now. But if you wanna fix on the broken man, it's bad enough we exist on the stolen land. They said you just can't ignore the past. You said, what the hell you talking about, baby? Of course you can. Ooh, most of us just won't make it. Most of us just gotta take it. Someone right the wrongs, or someone sing a song to kill my blues. 99 and a half just won't do. Just won't do. Just won't do. Just won't do. nothing I could do to stop her from cutting her beautiful blue hair off. It looked like cotton candy, and just as quick to get licked away. walking down the street. Maddie Klein and her fabulous loving machine. In the place where I used to be, he almost looks like a human being. And here she comes walking down the street. Maddie Klein sure loves her little loving machine. But sometimes he holds her hand too tight. Ooh, but that's alright. 'Cause he'll never leave. No, he'll never leave. But will he ever pull her hair like she likes? No, but that's alright. Maddie Klein and her fabulous love machine. Walking up the street, she'll take him home, shut him down, and she'll go to sleep. And that's just the way that it's got to be. She can't get him weather or overheat. And who really cares about a little rust? If Maddie Klein's got herself a little boy she can trust. Sometimes she misses the flesh and bone. They only want to screw her and leave her alone. But he'll never leave. No, he'll never leave. Will he ever smell her ass like she likes? Will he ever make her laugh late at night? No, but he'll never leave. When he gets obsolete, she can always just throw him away. Get a new one, that's okay. She'll love him the same as a fabulous love machine. box and she's wearing out my rings, taking the compliments meant for me. And although I think I'll miss them, at least there's proof of my existence. A captive little soldier on her fingers, deep behind enemy lines. Ooh, still have your lighter. Ooh, still have your book. Ooh, I still have everything you brought, but you never took. You know where to find me, and I know where to look.
I'm not a crook.
My copy of Gravity's Rainbow that you probably didn't read. And how about my Laura Nero record she probably threw away when she moved? And how about the half a box of lentils from when I cooked her food that she probably didn't use? I want to dedicate this jam to all those things I left behind in girls' apartments and various domiciles over the years. Sometimes you gotta leave in a hurry, man, what can I say? Except I didn't forget about any of it. Taking it all back.
How many minutes? Very few.
Too often here.
Why? Such a foolish reason, I'm afraid. I just wanted to kiss you.
She never leaves the house, she doesn't even get dressed. My girlfriend always leaves a mess. She says she's gonna clean, but she always forgets. And my girlfriend is there when I get home, watching movies on TV or talking on the phone. Sometimes I wanna leave, but I've got nowhere to go. And hey, nobody's perfect, no one wants to be alone. My girlfriend is so unimpressed by everything I say. You can see it in her face. I don't say much, I just hope and pray. There's been some big mistake, and buy her flowers just in case. And I don't mind it when she goes out with her friends, and they drop her off drunk, and I take her up to bed. She says I'm sorry, and I kiss her on the head, and everything is fine until the morning comes again. I remember when we were in high school, I took her to the dance. We snuck out to the bleachers, and I thought that I might take a chance. But it never does any long-term good to go thinking about the past. God damn this wandering mind of mine that can't be happy with what it has. But I'm not mad, and sometimes we still laugh. And when she's just getting up and the sun hits her right, she doesn't even look half bad. My girlfriend is so unimpressed by everything I said. You can see it in her face.